don't me to, I'll switch my screen for this. The VIP and its counterpart. I have other options.
That happens a lot in hotels.
So they wish to be placed above all others, tend to position themselves in a manner that demands your sole focus. I don't know if I've had too many like that. Um,
Like, if you can't do this
okay.
for me, I'm going to go somewhere else.
Right. Yeah. I guess, yeah, I kind of have had that before.
You definitely just had that. Well, that was more a
Um,
timeline thing, but not so much a VIP thing. Like,
yes, but I do think you can kind of sense that attitude in people, like when you talk to them or when you work with them, where it's like you feel like they view you as expendable, where it's
yes.
like I didn't have to pick you or I could just find someone else. And it's like, okay, cool, but you chose me. And if I'm going to work on it, like I guess too from the freelancer's perspective, like you invest time and energy into whatever you're designing for a company, and I feel like it is kind of hard if the company then decides to hire someone else in the middle of it, like before it's done, because now that new graphic designer might have a different vision or a different
That's
concept
true.
or want to start from scratch, like not start with someone else's work. But I feel like those types of people that are like VIP and kind of just like, I have other options, I don't need you, it just, I guess it kind of does make you like want to work harder to kind of show them like, oh, I can show up for like what you want. But at the same time, it's just difficult to communicate with them in like a functional, productive way.
Right. Which for them, it's like we can tell them why they shouldn't do that. I mean, like, meaning like, yeah, as a client, you shouldn't do that because of you would have to kind of start over.
Yeah.
But for us, in order to keep them with us without having to just sell our souls, you know, because at that point, if we give in, it's like, then we're basically doing whatever they want. And then they're just going to keep asking for more. I think it's literally the second one of that infographic.
This one here.
Yeah. Because it's like, oh, well, this isn't part of it. Or I wanted this by this time. And then, oh, this is extra. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to go
I
somewhere
feel like
else.
it includes these two.
Yeah.
Because there's that sense of like, if it's not done in time, they could just find someone else or whatever.
Right. Which, whatever. If they find someone else, it's probably better for you
Yeah.
as the freelancer because it was just going to be more difficult going forward. And to think that it's not going to be more difficult is wrong. Or unless you set your boundaries from the beginning and you're just reiterating your boundaries again.
Yeah, or I think what might be helpful too is with that type of client to where they like that you feel like they could just find someone else. It might be good to try to have like a conversation with them where you're trying to show more of like this is a collaboration. Like I'm collaborating with you on this project or on this task. So like what is your full vision? Like
Mm-hmm.
and then talk about yours or maybe just other work you've done in the past that like fits in with what they're looking for. That way they see that it's like a partnership. It's not like you're below them. Like just because you were hired by them doesn't mean that you're under them. Like you have a separate expertise. So you're technically just collaborating with them on something. And I feel like that could help them kind of like drop down their ego because I think it's mostly just ego. Um so that you can actually like get it done. I feel like that's what bothers me with these types of clients that we're going to go through is it's just like all that just gets in the way of getting it done. Like just stop.
Yeah, and maybe it's something as simple as I almost feel like this type of client, the VIP status one, is like the love language type of client that maybe you're just not speaking the same love language. Like maybe you're the type of person that just doesn't communicate with them till you send the next draft, you
Yeah.
know? But then maybe they're the kind that needs, every Monday, tell me where you're at, even if you're
Or every day.
or every whatever. Like maybe they
Yeah.
just need, or maybe they need like a clear outline of I'm gonna send you draft 1, 2, and 3. This is again graphic design, but by these
That's a good
dates.
point though, where it's like maybe you just need to give more status updates more often for those types of clients.
Right, or communicate in the way that they are
Yeah.
looking for, or even like, maybe it's you do send the drafts whenever, but every time you send a draft, it has to have like a comment bubble of what you did, like throughout,
Right.
like whatever it is. But
Timestamps.
yeah, timestamps on it. Like, maybe they're just looking for that, and you're not showing that. and then it causes
Yeah.
like, oh well, I you haven't done anything for me. But also sometimes I think we do so much extra stuff for other people that we don't talk about, and not showing that can make it seem like it's included, for
Yeah.
example.
So maybe just being more transparent with those clients is a good
Yeah.
thing, where it's just like communicate extra, show extra things, and just like maybe even if like you're out of work for 2 days because you had some vacation planned or family thing, like tell them that instead of like, oh, I'll just put in 2 hours like and see what I can get done. Like maybe they need to know like your actual availability and stuff too.
And I kind of just want to note, like with the first and second clients, the first one you're more is like they're not wishy washy, but they're like a dreamer, you know? And you almost need to take a leadership role in saying, this is how, this is kind of the road we're going to take, you
Yeah.
know? But with this one, there can't be an alpha and a beta. I mean, there can't be two alphas. There needs to be a beta in there.
Yeah.
So in this case, you are the beta, but you can still set your boundaries in the
Right.
beginning, so that when you communicate beyond, like Sasha was saying, it's evident that this is
Yeah.
beyond what I would normally do.
Yeah. Or I think also just trying to find a way to level the playing field so that like not that you both are alphas, but like it's separate compartments. Like
Hmm.
they are great and alpha at their company and their business and their vision, but you are for graphic design, especially if the
Right.
client has like no understanding of graphic design. And I've had that happen to me where I had a client that you could tell was very alpha and very like about what he wanted and stuff, but it actually didn't make sense. Like when he described it and when he explained it, it actually didn't make sense in the context of design or in the context of making a website. And I feel like once I explained all of that to him in a way that he could understand, he then dropped his like ego a little
Hmm.
bit. And then
You
the
made him the
conversation,
beta.
right, the conversation was now like a partnership, which is what it should
Yeah.
be. And I think it helped a lot just because it was like, okay, you know what you're doing and I know what I'm doing. Let's find a way to like do that together. So,
Right.
what's the third one?